Tapon gamit, laro. Laro na lang kayo. Go. Tumba.
Game na, game na.
Schools are institutions dedicated to deliver educational aspects to learners of all ages. It has sufficient structured systems with different functions that autonomously educate students in different ways, while still upholding the core goal of the school, which is to impart education.
That is why there are teachers are employed and curriculum are implemented to teach students with different subjects that they will be needing in their future. Since it is a mutuality for them, for both the school and its students, it is up on the latter on how they will amass the learnings they are taught with.
Since a lot of students worldwide are enrolling themselves to the schools to grow up educated, it is the job of the school administrators to group them by sections.
As students attain upper levels and sectioning are shuffled, thus giving them a lot of opportunities to meet new faces and gain more socializing experiences.
However, there are always those exceptional among the rest. These are the students who excel in either both curricular and extracurricular fields of interest. Likewise, for them to be recognized as the top-notchers of the batch.
They are isolated in one section or in one class known as the green class or green section or aka the star section. This class is actually tasked to be the role models of those who are academically troubled in their studies or in their academics.
Despite its good impact as a manifest function to the school system, nonetheless, it develops a classist psychology to some students thinking only those who excel shall become the elite of the school.
That they are the ones who can do things without mistakes, that they are the ones who should be respected, and that they are the ones who can have all the accolades awarded by the school.
In shorter words, discrimination is present in these kinds of situations. So now, knowing the problem, what do you think? Can we hypothesize about it?
I believe that classifying students based on their curricular competence enables the diligent ones or the smart ones to be more favored by their teachers, enabling them to be grouped together. And as for the opposites, there are these opposites.
Their group was awarded with the same accolades, right?
Possibly indeed. Since they're known as the elite, tendency is the opposites depend on them during group works or academically inclined activities, making them as freeloaders. Isn't it right?
But it is also possible that the top-notching students can become role models, right?
That is also a possibility, since that is one of the idealistic goals of our school.
So why don't we investigate further by searching for relatable theories and information?
Alright, vamos! Let's go.
Well, it seems that what we're focusing on here is lean toward the domain of the social sciences.
Indeed, but have you ever wondered what discipline is our investigation lean into?
It's possible that we're guided by the ideas of the discipline of sociology, as we're able to comprehend, social interactions and relations of the people here in school. But to be more specific, let's search for more theories.
Okay, I'll search. Here's one I've searched, structural functionalism. It explains the system of the society or the society itself is structured differently according to each functions. But these functions are interconnected to each other, which supports the stability of the society's system. Think of it like a human body. Our body has different organs which belongs to different systems, like digestive system, respiratory system, nervous system, and etc. Now, these organs have its own functions in order to promote the optimal health of our body. Now, look, in relation to what we are actually investigating, I think that the cream class and the regular classes are both different. They both have their own functions. Like for example, for the cream class, they are actually the role models who upholds the curricular and extracurricular excellences, or aka the homogeneous group, whereas to the regular sections who have mixed talents, or aka the hetero group.
Schools develop a cream and regular session mainly because it is easier to design the curriculum if it is homogeneous grouping, because when you know the ability of your students, it is it's easier for you to design an appropriate lesson for them. Heterogeneous is mixed ability. Ano ibig sabihin kasi na homogeneous? You are grouping your sections by ability. So, lahat ng high ability students will go to section. Lahat ng middle or low ability will be grouped here, so that the design of the lesson will be made appropriate. For hetero, mixed ability. So, ibig sabihin, mix yung grouping. So, lahat matatalino, hindi matatalino, yung hindi masyado matatalino, yung lahat yun ay group ito.
So, mami, yung structure po ng or naging homogeneous. Tapos yung structure.
Hetero.
Pero ma'am, sa entire batch, hetero na.
Entire batch ko is 7. But yung 7 palagi hetero. Because of the translation. Okay? Okay, start.
That the teachers will know which strategy to take, since the two different groups of students have different minds.
The school wanted to parang set different standards for the students based on their abilities and learning capabilities.
Para yung mga nasa cream section, sila yung magsusugas role models sa mga regular tsaka for the whole batch.
To separate those who excel academically from those who are lacking.
Siyempre, hindi naman yung learning pace ng lahat ng students hindi naman pareho. So, I think the concept is to be the regular section. Yung mga cream is yung mga mas mabilis matuto or yung mga parang mas madali para sa kanila na matuto. And then for regular, it's para hindi mahirapan yung mga iba na yung iba nauuna na tapos yung iba malaki. So, everyone's learning at the same pace.
Yung iba naman din sa amin, it's not that means na pare-pareho yung learning base namin. Yung iba lang talaga sa amin, mas masipag sa iba. Kaya sa tingin ng mga para admins or teachers na nilalagay kami sa quiz, na we belong there. And I think parang sa work ethic din namin nag-base ito, but as a cream and yung iba na sa regular.
Capabilities ng cream section parang pinapagsama nila habang yung regular section pinatry na test naman yung capabilities nila sa mga estudyante para ma-reach din nila kung ano yung capabilities ng isang cream section.
Kasi parang yung way para ma-balance nila yung level na meron yung bata para matatalino magkasama-sama at saka yung mga average magkasama-sama.
So I think na-develop yung cream and regular sections para mapagsama-sama yung pare-pareho yung bilis sa pag-intindi ng lessons. Kasi for example, sa cream, expected mo na mas mabilis nilang makukuha yung lesson agad. So, kinakailangan nilang makasama din yung mga tao ding mabilis po-make up para mas mapalalim pa yung lesson. For example, may enrichment. Sa regular kasi, ang expectations, parang sapat lang na bilis yung pag-intindi nila sa lessons. So, pag nagsama ka ng mabibilis at mababagal, magkakaroon ng maiiwan. May iwan din yung mabibilis in the sense na hindi nila maabot yung lessons up to the end of the course kasi nga hinihintay nila yung slower learners, pero yung mababagal naman makagets ng lessons na pag-iiwanan din sila nung mas mabilis natututo kasi nga mas nakaka-adapt sila dun sa lessons agad. So yun lang yung tingin ko. It's a matter of pinagsasama-sama yung magkakapareho, hinihiwalay yung mga hindi nila katulad.
While from the regular kasi parang nandun sila sa equal pace. So, yung pace nila pare-pareho sila, regular. So, in short, walang mali-left out, walang masyadong mataas yung 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 kanyang sa standing, yung mga ganon. Basta kung ang tingin ko, pag regular kasi, pare-pareho kayo. So, walang mas magaling, walang mas...
Wala po masyadong
nag-excel or... yung ganon. Kaya pag equal footing ka, yung feeling mo, walang fear. Normal lang, chill lang, ganon. Samantalang kung kunwari may minsan, dito sa ating school setting natin, minsan kasi pag matalino ka dun sa regular class, ka pa, minsan although I do not like to use the word, sorry for the word, nabubuli, sabihin mamagaling, mga ganun. Kaya tuloy, si magaling, ayaw na rin niyang mag-excel kasi minsan, yun nga, nabubuli siya o nakakantsawan. Ay, siguro the word is nakakantsawan. Kaya ang tendency, papantayan niya ngayon yung sistema dun sa
fellow classmates.
Nasa regular. Yung ganun. Kaya siguro ang school, yun yung nakikita ko na na pag regular, so pantay-pantay ang pagtingin sa bawat isa in terms of academic performance. Samantalang sa cream kayo lahat. Ibig sabihin, pantay-pantay din kayo. So, na lang doon. At madaling identify kung sino yung mga nag-excel.
Well, here's another theory closely related. It's called the Marxist theory. Are you familiar with it?
Yes.
It explains that the implication of the theory of Marxism, as developed by Karl Marx, whose goal is to abolish a capitalist or classist type of society to ensure equality among all. It has two sub-theories, ideologies, communism and socialism. Socialism focuses on the public ownership of property, where everyone has the right to own something, but the presence of practical sense of equality is observed. Whereas in communism, only the government owns the property of everyone and are being uniformly distributed to all. Plus, absolute equality is strictly observed, as you can see. Communism is at its peak during the Cold War, from 1947 to 1991. In short, equality in socialism is diminished, while abolished in communism. Perhaps, this research of ours may express the need of implementing the Marxist theory and ideologies in the context of the school system, to let everyone realize that recognition and appreciation of students' talents and skills should be equal and must not be unevenly favored.
Para maging balance yung knowledge sa gusto.
Para magkaroon ng chance yung nasa regulars na mapakita rin nila yung talent, skills, tsaka excellence nila sa academics nang walang competition.
Para sa akin po, way siya para mabigyan ng recognition yung mga students na nag-e-effort po sa academics nila.
Sa akin naman, parang mas maano yung potential nila. Mas akin. Kasi diba iba yung treatment talaga sa team at sa regular. Sa team mas overload like sa regular.
Sa feeling, pareho lang. Sa expectations na nagkakaiba. Siyempre pag dream class, expectation mo, hindi mo na uulit-ulitin yung same lesson. In terms of disiplina, parang dapat mas mababait sila, mas tahimik, mas madali patahimikin. Hanggang doon lang naman. Siguro sa experience ko nung grade 9, finavor ko yung isang class kasi mas discipline, tsaka mas malambing in a way. Ganun, feeling ko, uso naman din yun sa mga section. May mga sections na mas malambing sa teacher as compared to others na walang pakialam talaga sa'yo. Siguro may isang section lang. O hindi naman sobrang walang pakialam, pero parang hindi lang sila kasing lambing kasi all boys sila. Hindi ko napapangalan ng section, pero all boys sila. So parang iba talaga pag mas malambing yung class. So syempre, pag mas malambing, mas mabait sa yung class, in a way, mas mapapaboran mo yun. Diba? Ganon din naman yun eh. Pag pinapaboran mo sila, pinapaboran ka din nila. So it's a two-way relationship. Hindi mo pwedeng masama sila sa'yo, tapos pinifavor mo parang sila parang wala naman atang, hindi, counterintuitive naman ata pag gano'n. Pero yung feeling pareho lang. I mean, I admire all of my students, kahit cream or regular. Parang wala naman, hindi ko sila dinidiscriminate porket cream or regular.
For the cream section, siguro when we say what does it feel, it's a bit challenging, more challenging.
Saan, ma'am?
In the cream section than in the regular class.
Bakit naman po parang mas nahihirapan kayo magturo sa cream?
Kasi in the cream section, instructions are easy to apply or madaling sumunod. Yung cream kasi, ang treatment doon mabilis. Yung kumbaga yung treatment mo, parang hindi mo kailangang ibigay lahat. Yung gano'n. You let them or allow them have their own yung plan. Ano ba yung gagawin nila? Halimbawa, sa mga activities, ibigay mo yung instruction, pero sila yung magplan for instruction. Yung ganon, mas mabilis kumbaga kaysa sa regular. In terms of sa output nga, syempre, pipiliin mong output yung nasa cream. Kasi nga, minsan nga, yung kasing kawalan ng focus, kawalan ng panahon ng mga regular class, Yung ganun. Pero it doesn't mean na favor mo yung cream. Kaya tingnan mo, ano ba yung mga nandun minsan sa mga exhibit ng past exhibit, mga output ng cream. Kasi nga sila yung nagbigay talaga ng panahon, nagbigay talaga ng kanilang effort. Yung ganun. So, hindi naman masasabi na give favor to the cream section. While in the regular class, you have to explain everything. You have to dissect the question slowly, or you have to explain it sometimes verbatim, step by step.
Parang lahat po ng grades para maintindihan.
Yes, minsan ulit-ulit. Very simple question. Kailangan ng ulitin natin. Although wala akong favor sa kanila. Kung ano yung treatment ko sa cream section, ganun din sa regular.
Another is the conflict theory, which discusses that society bound to a world with limited resources does have a fierce competition among its members in order to attain those resources. According to Karl Marx, since this is his theory, the conflict occurs between two classes, the bourgeois and the proletariat. The bourgeois hold all the resources and wealth, whereas to the proletariat, probably they have none. In the presence of capitalism, it is presumed that the bourgeois uses their superiority and their power in order to oppress the proletariat, which rejects the idea of Marxism, which promotes the equality. In the school context, we could actually say that the bourgeois are the cream class and the proletariat are the regular classes. Okay, all school aims to abolish the feud between these two groups by implementing projects that promotes interaction, collaboration, socialization, and etc. Just in case but however, the only problem is that the projects are not fully executed or not approved at all. Meaning to say, the aim of the school is actually void.
Pero para mas ma-maximize yung potential ng students na parang di naman may iwasan na may mas magaling ganun. So parang yung iba nasa regular, parang mas kaya nilang mag-blend in dun sa medyo mga friends nila ganun kesa sa amin na nasa cream.
For me, kaya siguro nagka-cream and regular. Para sa mga cream students, mas ma-develop pa nila yung sarili nila and para mas mag-contest sila sa isa't isa.
Parang it's a way na pagsasamahin yung all intellectual students sa isang klase to compete with one another. And the way na yung mga teachers na tuturo para na-establish din ng mga teachers kung paano yung teaching styles and learnings ng isang klase.
Sa tingin ko kasi, kaya may cream and regular para rin malaman ng mga students kung gaano ba yung standing nila sa klase. Kasi kung ma-aware ka kung anong standing mo, kunwari, nasa regular ka, mas more na ma-encourage ka na to do better sa mga studies mo, sa ACADS, gano'n. Kaya may cream and regular.
Alright, so the reason that schools have a cream and regular section, I think, is to give students something to strive for. So I don't think that schools devise this system to create division between the students, but rather I think it serves as a challenge to the students in the regular section to aim for something higher, to strive for something better perhaps when it comes to their academics. And it also says something to the people.
Which one is difficult to handle? Which one is difficult to handle? For me, pareho lang. Magkaiba lang sila ng atake. Sa cream, kasi since mga grade conscious nga, yun yung binabantayan mo. Yun yung gusto mong itulong sa kanila on kung paano nila ma-maintain yung good grades, etc. Pag sa regular kasi parang may ibang aspect ka na tututukan. Yung kakulitan, yung hindi nila pagpapasa on time, siguro, yun lang yung pinagkaiba pero hindi sila difficult to handle in my perspective.
Of course, the regular class. Kasi nga po, yun nga, based from the, yung talaga instruction-wise, output-wise, talagang sa cream section, makikita mo yung quality. Sa regular kasi minsan, though I believe they can do it also, just like the regular class, minsan kasi mga chill lang ba sila, mga relax. Parang they don't like to, parang ayaw nilang mag-put ng more effort, and more focus. Kasi parang they rely also to the other members in terms of group activity yun At pati din sa mga exams, minsan talagang pahirapan. Kasi hindi sila nagre-review more or less. Yun ang reason kaya mababang mga nakukuha. Kasi they believe in the word stock knowledge. Kaya tuloy na-stuck sila dun sa sa pagsagot sa exam.
Tingin niyo po, mas talagang participative po yung mga cream students kaysa regular students?
Yes.
Like in joining contests?
Yes. Palagi sa kanila kinukuha. Kasi, for example, what contest do we join in, participate in? EB. If you have, but of course, like for example, sa maths, Campanilla was not really the cream section before. But because he's very good in math, so mataas yung grade niya, punta siya ng cream. But, kasi siya yung opportunity is palaging nasa cream because they're the ones who are in the PED. Okay. When you recruit people to join contest, usually ang PED, ang sinasalihan lang natin, sometimes echo. Si Miss Chat Reyes kasi, she selects based on the grades in economics. So, depende yun sa. So, depende rin sa grades. I do not know kung if she selects from regular sections. But it will depend. Pwede naman yata.
Ma'am, yung volume po ng mga, absa cases, sa tingin po, ano po yung mas nakakalamang? Kung ratio po, mas nakakalamang po ba palagi ang regular sa cream?
Kasi mas maraming regular.
Isa lang yung kung ratio nga po.
I do not know. Ang cream kasi, because, mayroon kang mayroong pressure to be good. Kasi, yung pag-cream section ka, you are expected to be, mabait, sunurin, diligent. Usually na ganyan. Sa regular section, bara-bara-bay. Minsan. Kasi regular lang. Yun ang tingin nila sa sarili nila. However, marami naman mabait sa regular. Okay? Kung mabait sila, mabait talaga sila. Yun ka lang, mayroon dyan actually, if you look at the violations, pare-parehong tao lang naman yun. Alam mo na kung sino yung palaging late, palaging absent, palaging hindi nagsasalit ng requirement, palaging natutulog sa class.
The second theory I found is the rational choice theory, which states about how people decide the best choices given the set of possible choices. In the economic perspective, it is choosing the best decision that impacts greater satisfaction at a low cost. Whereas in the political scientific perspective, is comprehending an individual behavior in order to understand a group behavior. The school administrator's decision to classify the students based on their curricular and extracurricular standing may seem to be the best choice they can enact, possibly because of the quantity of the students in one batch is a hindrance in determining those who are in the top list and those with similar talents, which is necessary to determine the grouping of students for projects. Perhaps what happened in grade 8 is because there are only 3 sections present, which is less to meet the criteria of having a cream class.
Mom, what was the motive behind the removal of the cream section in the grade 8 for this school year?
Okay, for this school year, the main reason why the cream section was removed is because of the number of sections. There are only 3 sections. It will be a little bit weird that there is a cream class and 2 regular sections.
So, shall the removal of the cream section continue in the upcoming school years?
It will depend because we are looking at the effectiveness of a heterogeneous sectioning. Because according to some teachers, the classroom management situation is better when there is a heterogeneous grouping. Because some students who are not doing well, because they have classmates that are excelling, are also pressured to excel also. So it will depend on the school. But the main reason is the number of sections. So if there will be 3 sections again next year, then we do not have a cream section. In future years, if there are 4 or more sections, the school will have to make a decision, but it will be a decision of the administration.
Kasi parang sinasabi nila yung mga regular students, parang hindi na lang kaya or hindi na lang kasi talino yung mga cream. Tapos parang it's a way parang sinasabi rin nila na mas may abot yung cream, mas malayo yung madadating na lang sa mga regular students.
Naman talaga siya parang yung sulti mababa siya, pero parang tina-challenge mo lang sila para magpunta sila sa group. Tapos maging maayos sila.
Medyo po, parang ginigroup nila yung students sa matatalino at sa pinakalis.
No.
Not necessarily.
Why?
It's not really discrimination. It's just an evaluation of your capabilities in academics.
Minsan lang may regulars.
For me, yes. Kasi parang kitang-kita naman parang sa lahat ng aspect na gagawin namin. Parang sa around school, inside or outside, parang may discriminate talaga yung mga nasa cream class. Kasi first of all, in drums, parang first impression ng mga taga-regular, uy, madali lang tarunin yung cream class, kasi parang mga lampayan, puro aral lang ginagawa nila. Pero that's not true. Parang obviously, kasi parang, for me, parang nasa cream class niya ako, pero I'm a varsity player. And parang, yun din na parang, hindi naman kasi mahirap talaga pagsabihin yung studies and yung parang training. So, yun yung mga isa sa mga hindi naman talaga totoo pero laging iniisip ng auditions.
Drums na nga pala. Grabe. Papatay na naman tayo.
Pero may practice.
Ikaw kasi inuubo ka pa eh.
Kasalanan ba? Nagpugin ako.
Ikaw pa naman star player namin.
Sobrang tatlong ginagawa ko.
Ikaw, bakit nilibig na? Ikaw, batak-batak mo, di ka marunong mag-basketball. Ikaw,
Ano ang correlation ng basketball sa katulakan?
Uy! Tol! Friday! May laban tayo to, Friday!
Tapos, secondly, kapag nasa cream ka kasi, parang, yun nga, parang paulit-ulit na sinasabi na parang kayang-kaya namin gawin yung lahat. Kaya pag nasa mga programs, sa mga events, most likely, kami din yung makikita. And yung isa pang parang narinig kong kwento about this is that parang may time daw na parang yung president kasi nananalo hindi siya galing cream section. So madaming nag-doubt sa kanya mga admins, mga teachers na kung kaya niya pa talaga mag-lead kasi siya yung nanalo tapos hindi pa siya talaga cream section. And it turned out na parang isa siya sa mga pinaka parang most successful na SCB presidents na nagkaroon ng DISS.
For me, I think so. I think the same thing na there is discrimination in REGs. Hindi lang sa pagtingin ng regular sa amin, pero sa pagtingin din ng mga teachers. Kasi there's, yung mention ko nga kanina na, there have been times na binibigyan kami ng quizzes that are harder because we're in the cream section. So parang may mga tinuturo sa amin na hindi tinuturo sa mga regular kasi mas kaya namin. And I get the concept, pero at the same time, we're all paying the same tuition fee, we're all here to learn. And I don't think it's fair na mas natututo kami dahil lang mas kaya namin. Kasi talaga namang kaya namin lahat. That's why we're in grade 10, that's why we're in school, that's why we're learning. So parang very biased minsan yung tingin ng teachers. And nakakaano din sa regular, parang nakakalungkot din. Kasi there are a lot of smart people in the regular sections. And a lot of them are trying their best to learn. And just because they don't learn at the same pace, hindi ibig sabihin dapat tinitignan sila ng mas mababa. Pero yun yung nangyayari madalas.
Para po sa akin, evident po yung discrimination. Parang tulad nga po sa mga sinabi nila. Pero idadagdag ko lang po na umabot na sa point na hindi na to iniisip na discrimination. Parang iniisip na lang na normal to kasi cream kami.
Yes and no. Kasi yun nga, sinabi namin na yes kasi parang pinaghiwalay lang nila yung mga may mas mataas yung capabilities, mas mababa yung capabilities. And no, at the same time na tinetest lang nila yung mas matataas yung capabilities kung kaya pa nilang i-exceed yung capabilities nila kung nasa sila.
Discrimination siya kasi mahirap kapag yung pa lang na pinaghiwalay, alam mo nang may pinagkakaiba. Kumbaga, sana hindi na lang pinaghiwalay kasi nakikita mo yung dream na talaga kasi iba siya. Parang umiwalay nga, nakaka-downgrade talaga. Yun lang talaga yung point. Nakakahiya kasi talaga sa mga game kapag tiyari ka sa kanila. Tapos minsan iisipin mo, iba yung output talaga nila. Parang sabi mo, grabe yung output nila. Tapos samantala yung sa akin ng ano lang. Alam mo yung parang sobrang nakapangit. Tapos kanila, ganda. Kaya yung ginag-feel ko ngayon.
For me, it's not a discrimination but a challenge for the students to work better and mag-set pa ng higher standards para i-improve yung selves nila.
Sa akin, yes siya at the same time yun. Depende sa perspective ng isang tao. Kung tinitignan lang niyo yung cream and regular as a label, parang sa tingin na yun na-marginalize niya yung dalawang class. Pero no siya kasi parang ang objective naman talaga ng having cream and regular is parang mag-inspire ng mga students para makapasok dun sa cream class. Hindi siya way of parang mag-marginalize ng mga tao, parang way siya of inspiring people na mas galingin pa nila.
Do you have any commentary message in this topic?
Somehow, yes siguro. Kasi may barrier between cream and regular students na parang, ay, hindi mo kaya to. Ay, pag cream section, hindi nag-excel sa curricular, ganun. So, in a way na meron talaga at meron tao na ganito lang yung skills and meron din na binayaan ng intellectual, meron din co-curricular, meron din ibang ways na napapakita nila, hindi lang puro academics. So, yun.
Siguro medyo may same din, may konting discrimination siya dahil, ayun nga, sinasegregate mo yung matatalino dun sa sakto lang. Pero para sa akin, kaya naman nagkaroon ng ganun para lang matulungan din yung students mismo. Para yung mga regular students, hindi naman sila masyado mapag-iwanan din sa flow ng lessons. Tapos para naman sa cream, para makapag-advance naman sila at hindi naman sila masyado mahuli dun sa mga lessons.
At some point, yes. Kasi hindi naman natin maiwasan na hindi mag-group or ibahin yung tingin ng mga pag-student ka ng cream or regular. Kasi syempre, expect mo na pag cream, matatalino, ganun. Tapos kapag regular, syempre parang hindi gaano pasok sa standard ng mga cream. So parang hindi maiwasan na magkaroon ng discrimination.
I have to agree with I have to agree with Natalie with what she said, that there is still the common misconception that you get all of these ideas that people from the cream section are smart and that people from the regular section are lacking in drive, when that is in fact not the case. Because I personally have known some bright people, both upperclassmen and lowerclassmen, who are extremely smart despite being in the regular section. And the same goes in the cream section. Some students may not be really that smart, but because of hard work, they can make it. And I am one of those students. I'm not really that smart, but I compensate with hard work. So it is in fact an approach of discrimination. Yes, we cannot avoid that. But 5-10 years from now, when you're all working, it's not really gonna matter. Just because you're in a cream section doesn't mean you're gonna be a successful person, not necessarily. It's really gonna depend on your work ethics as a person.
Hindi naman sa approach on discrimination in the sense na paano ba? Diyan yung matatalino, dito yung mga average, or dito yung mga hindi masyado. It's just that minamatch lang sa'yo yung instruction or based on your capabilities. Kasi, kunwari, cream, as mentioned nga kanina, mas mabilis sila makapick up. So yung teachers, expectation mo din sa teachers, mahuhusay din dapat yung teachers. Kasi, ganun nga yung group of students mo. So hindi rin pwedeng pabaya yung teachers kasi nga yung learners niya ay mahusay or magagaling. So sa average naman, hindi ko nakikita na discriminatory yung pagiging regular nila. Siguro once na nag-label na yung mga tao na quote-unquote bobo or mga patapon yung nasa isang section, yung discriminatory. Pero para i-segregate mo lang yung mga mas mabibilis, parang wala namang discrimination na magaganap.
No, it's simply a strategy by schools to make lesson planning or designing curriculum easier.
Hindi naman siguro. Naging ano lang kasi natin na yan kumbaga practice na long time ago, since na school ang naging practice na, naging tradition na magkaroon ng cream class. Pero hindi naman a form of discrimination. Kasi kung ano naman yung tinuturo sa regular, hindi naman yung tinuturo sa cream. Medyo mas mabilis lang ang pacing ng cream. Yun nga, kasi nga mas, intelligence-wise, talagang mabilis ang pag-intindi sa bagay-bagay, sa mga lessons. So it's not a discrimination. Kasi pareho, equal opportunity, the same lesson, the same activity. Hindi naman ibig sabihin na porket cream, ahead sila sa mga activities. No? Pareho lang din yung naibibigay sa kanila.
From your additional question, from your experience of teaching, nung kanina po kayo mas na-favor or mas parang na-impress sa cream po o sa regular? Sa experience of teaching?
Sa cream.
Pero parang sa sobrang impress niyo po ba? Parang na-occur po, na-feel po yung parang favoritism niya sa kanila? Or...
Not really, because when I was teaching cream and regular sections, I see to it that I have a different lesson. Ibig sabihin, I discuss different, I do not discuss different lessons, but I have different strategies. What is more impressive about cream section is that they learn faster and you can give more difficult questions. However, for regular sections, what is impressive about them is if they are able to understand the lesson, they also excel.
So it's much better than being in the cream because from some students I've heard that when you're in the cream section, the expectations from you will be higher and the teachers will raise their expectations.
Masaya naman kasi pag may cream class parang hindi kayo ganun kagaling sa mga intrams. Puro knowledge. Kaya masaya.
Just like Gabby, I also felt disappointed because I exerted so much effort last year, and when I found that there are no cream sections for this year, I was so not that mad, but I was like, yeah, disappointed.
Very fun, exciting, tsaka challenging. Mas nade-develop and may inspire ka sa mga ibang experiences sa regular.
So yeah.
Mas relaxed.
Walang masyadong pressure.
Saya. Sobrang saya talaga. Kasi parang hindi ganun kataas yung expectations sa inyo ng teacher. Parang, kasi parang sa film, parang kailangan mabait. Parang kailangan mabait ka. Pero usually ganun yung napapansin. Parang pag film ka, dapat ito, may marks ka, kailangan sobrang taas ng grades mo. Tapos yung hindi ka mag-pressure kapag nasa regular class ka na wala, kailangan mataas yung grades ko. Parang na-enjoy ko rin din yung life, hindi more on acads, pati social.
Yun nga, masaya nga. Kasi pag nasa cream ka, matataas talaga expectations na hindi ka yung tipong tao na mawawala ng social life kasi puro aral na lang. Meanwhile sa regular class, sama-sama lahat, masaya lahat. Kahit yung teacher, sobrang ingay nila, biglang makikisama pa sa inyo. Masaya niya din yung experience pag nasa regular class.
Siguro, ma-emphasize mo yung brothership or brotherhood sa isa't isa na parang, kasi sa regular, hindi siya tulad ng cream na pag nasa group ka ng isang group ng set ng people na kapag dun ka lang, hindi ka na pwede sumama sa iba, gano'n na, ay, hindi ka, pag ibang grupo na, ay, kaaway na yan, parang kakompetensya na natin yan sa grades, gano'n. Sa, sa regular, is tulungan talaga siya. As in, parang, if may nahihirapan, tinutulungan. If may nakakaintindi, nagtuturo. So, yun.
Tama yung sinabi ni Paula. Yung sa experience ko naman sa regular, masaya siya. Kung siguro dun sa scale ng masaya, balance, kung sa seryoso, more on siya sa masaya. Everyday, naglulukuhan, parang, kumbaga, di mo expect kung yung mga next na pwedeng magawa ng isang regular student. Exciting, pero pagdating sa academics, medyo nakakaraos naman, nagtutulangan, tapos, pero, masaya naman yung regular.
Movie na naman? Kaka-movie na naman kahapon? Kaka-movie na araw?
Meron pa akma man.
Movie na naman, tol. Bad influence ka na yung project na tayo.
Ayan, tol. Si Alec na bahala doon. Grabe, wala pang teacher. 30 minutes na.
Kaya na kaya na-ipento natin. Yung docu-film. Yung docu-film, naalala niyo? Tara, board na.
Yung docu-film.
Yung docu-film, tapusin natin kasi ito.
Ay, yung docu-film na to?
Kasi most cream students sila yung nagtitake ng lead during activities. Kaya kami regular students, biggest fun.
Yung pag-divide ko ng time dapat more on studies kaysa sa bagay.
Ganun. Sangayan naman ako.
I feel like I deal with
gravity of activities when in the regular section better. Because being in a regular section, they have lower standards and they expect us to be they have lower expectations than when you're in the big class.
Time management lang, tsaka dedication and trust sa sarili.
Sipag. Parang parehas lang naman kasi yung gravity na activities ngayon tsaka dati. So, wala naman difference.
Kung noon naman, yung gym class, mahirap yung mga ginagawa at regular medyo madali pa. Parang pinagsama na nila yung gym pati sa SHS. Pero na-manage ko yun dahil din sa cooperation lang ng pag may group work, cooperation ng patisipag ng bawat member sa group.
Siguro, uso yung all-nighters na halos wala kang tulog, tapos kape na lang para umabot ka matapos yung deadlines. Tapos minsan nag-extend ng recess, lunch. Pero nandun pa rin yung magtatanong ko sa mga nakatapos na ngayon ako. Pero ayun, parang
Tol! Bagsak na naman tayo! Kasi naman mo naman siya ako tol eh. Tol, di na pwede, no? Di na pwede graduating tayo, tol eh. Next time kasi sugar ng dapat. Oo. Kailangan natin mag-ayos, tol. Hindi, take tayo. Pag-repeat pa tayo pag ganun. Di na pwede to, di na pwede.
Yes, actually. Marami sila. And nakalala ko sila nung mga class ko pa sila nung grade 1, 3, and 4. May plano ka ba na parang sundan sila para maging friends? Hindi naman. Kasi kahit nung nasa grade class sila, plus nasa regular class na ako, maging kaibigan pa rin nung times. Parin kami sa ibang isa.
Ako, marami naman ako kaibigan sa Pilipinas. Pero, hindi sila yung mga ganun hindi sila yung highest sa grade. Kumbaga, parang normal lang. Talagang napunta lang sa grade. Pero yung ugali nila parang regular na magipag-ibig.
Yeah, I believe that both of us, Gabby and me, both have friends from the upper level who came from the cream section. I met those friends because of contests, activities, extracurricular activities, and the organization, which I enjoy this year.
May friends ako pero hindi ko tataasan yung grades ko para makasama sila kasi tulad ng sinabi niyo, mas masaya sa regular class.
I have friends from the Queen class. Marami. Actually, sila din yung
friends
sila yung parang makaka-close ko talaga. And ayun, nakakilala kami yung iba kasi hindi na cream pero dati din cream. Yung iba na sa cream pa rin. So, ako naman gusto ko magkaroon ng high grades pero hindi for the sake na makasama ko sila. Ayun, kung pwede nga lang puro high, mataas lang talaga yung grades pero hindi mapupunta sa cream section. Ayun. Okay, so
kasi classmates, diba, sa classmates sa grade 7, tapos nung grade 8 na, syempre, may regular kasi sila dati sa grade, tapos ilan na lang kami natira sa regular. Hindi naman, hindi ko kailangan na magkaroon ng mataas sa grades para lamang sa sila. Kasi, naging magkaibigan naman kami before pa sila maging makisama sa grade class.
Ano to? 16 out of 20? Baba, reset.
Ako 20 over 20.
Grabe.
Kanino?
Diyos ko.
Yucky to eh.
Tago mo na yan! Tulog na.
Being in the cream class, parang since yung sabi nga nila na we've been together for 4 years na. So, ewan ko, pero for me, I've learned to become more comfortable with the people in the classroom. So, for example, ako, nahihirapan talaga ako magsalita sa harap, mag-perform. Pero mas nadadalihan na akong gawin yun kasi kilala ko na nga yung mga kasama ko. And hindi, parang may stigma, may pag-iisip na napaka-judgmental ng mga tao sa cream section. Pero I feel very comfortable with my classmates din kasi alam ko namang napakatagal na namin magsama. And hindi naman nila ako i-judge kasi hindi naman talaga ACADS or talino yun lang yung basehan na parang pagtingin ng tao sa'yo sa classroom namin. So, yun yung isang stigma na parang hindi talaga totoo na it's just about ACADS na when we have friends in the cream class.
Para po sa akin, fulfilling siya, pero at the same time mahirap. Kasi masaya din sa pakiramdam na tinatawag ka na ikaw yung isa sa mga pinakamagaling sa batch, pero dahil doon, kailangan mo mag-suffer sa mas maraming requirements, mas mahirap na exams.
Nakaka-pressure siya at the same time, parang may privilege ako. Nakaka-pressure siya kasi yun nga, yung maraming matang nakatingin at parang mataas talaga yung expectation sa amin. Kapag hindi kami naka-perform ng maayos, parang sasermo na kami ganyan. Pero at the same time, privilege siya kasi parang may tiwala na yung mga teachers sa amin na maka-produce kami ng maayos na kahit di na kami bantayan.
So when you're part of the cream class, well, I feel the pressure. So I'm feeling the pressure right now, and that's really what drives me forward to become more excellent than who I was yesterday. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Since, paano ba? Bago lang ako sa cream class ng first year. Una, intimidating. Kasi iba, competitive talaga yung mga nasa cream. To the point na sobrang grade conscious, sobrang mapili sa groupmates, mga yan. Typical characteristic yan ng mga cream. Kasi sila yung ayaw nila na may bubuhatin. Kasi gusto nila parang lagi strong group, strong groupmates. Basta parang ganun, powerhouse dapat yung groups. And I think most would agree, lalo na sa senior high, pag nagsama-sama yung mga cream, ayaw nila ng may mga, di ba? Ayaw nila ng may mga regular. Pero, since regular din naman ako dati, okay, sige. Okay lang.
For me, ako kinakaya ko lang kasi, di ba, since high school tapos sa cream class pa, parang sanay na ako na parang late na natulog dahil sa requirements, parang laging pagod kasi ang daming pinapagawa ng teachers, tapos parang may extracurricular activities. So, ginawa ko lang talaga, sanayan lang, and parang trinay ko lang na hindi na pa rin para at least magawa ko na maayos yung pinapagawa sa akin.
For me, to be honest, mas na-enganyo akong gumawa ng requirements when I was in grade 7. Kasi there was parang yung top 10 na, tapos yung makikita mo yung pangalan mo sa top 10. It was really, parang sobrang gandang feeling na makikita mo yung sarili mo sa top 10 kasi parang wow, I'm achieving something. Pero ngayon, syempre, you're with the top 40 of the batch. It's very hard to get into the top 10 kasi alam mo na parang there are a lot of people in the class that you feel are better than you. So, parang we just do our best na lang to keep up with the requirements. And hindi rin naman talaga dadali yung mga requirements kasi we're grade 10 already. And hindi naman kami pwede i-baby ng mga teacher kasi we're gonna be senior high na rin soon and we're gonna go to college. And mas hirap ang gano'n kasi whatever comes our way na lang. We just have to deal with it as best as we can.
Dati po, hindi po talaga ako nag-aaral until grade 7. Until nung grade 8 po, nung nagkaroon na ng cream class. Doon lang po ako nagsimulang mag-review during recess and lunch. Tapos sa bahay. Siguro
yun po yung isang advantage ng pagkakaroon ng team class. Para sa akin po, mas magkakaroon ka ng drive kasi nakaka-inspire yung mga tao sa paligid mo na ginagawa nila yung best nila. So, dapat gawin mo rin yung best mo.
Ganun din na, syempre, maintain ko yung health ko na healthy ako, walang masyadong nararamdaman na sakit. Pero hindi naman maiwasan na yung nagpupuyat, tapos minsan sumasakit, na-stress, gano'n. So, pero kailangan pa rin minamanage yung health mo para makapag-aral ka na maayos.
More of time management, pinaprioritize lang yung mga dapat gawin. Yung recess ko, hindi siya napupunta sa pagkain, napupunta siya sa paggawa ng requirements. Tambay ako ng library kasi una mainit sa ground, so sa library ako lagi. Doon ako gumagawa ng homework, doon ako gumagawa ng mga, hindi pa naman uso yung mga pa-paper dati, pero yung mga handwritten pa nga yung essay dati. So doon ako gumagawa sa corridors, ganyan. So ganun lang, it's a matter of kung paano maibabalance yung time.
Siguro ako, like I said earlier, madami talaga ako friends from the regular class, and actually most of my really close friends are from the regular. Tapos, syempre kami, actually, nagkakilala kami sa crib section talaga kasi back in grade school, mga crib talaga kami lahat. And nung high school lang talaga kami na parang nagkawatak-watak kasi nung first, parang iba sa kanila, nasa crib pa din. The following year na wala talaga lahat, and parang 2 or 3 na lang ata kami nung tira sa crib na really parang close. And dati nung parang incoming grade 9 when parang medyo tinatama rin ako kasi sinasabi din ng friends ko na parang ang sa regular kasi parang parang yung mga ginagawa activities, tapos pwede nila parang alam mo parang ang light ng mood nila dun. Tapos, parang in-invite nila ako. Parang, uy, ano mo lang yan. Parang, mataas naman grades mo eh. Parang, huwag mo na masyadong taasan para maging regular ka na din next year. Parang, tas umabot ako sa point na parang kinonsider ko talaga siya kasi parang okay na talaga sa akin. Tapos, parang naisip ko din na para dito naman sa crib, di ako nagtatop. So, bawal sa regular, top 1 ako. So, ganun. Pero, parang approaching the end of the year, parang nagbago yung isip ko kasi parang hindi naman sa parang gusto ko ng madaling parang gawin or an easy way out. Pero parang madidisappoint din siguro ako sa sarili kung yun na lang yung pipiliin kong dala and hindi na lang ako mag-work hard. So parang dahil late ko na din yung naisip, parang muntik na din ako matanggal sa Corbin. And I'm glad na parang na-realize ko din yun kasi it was for me din.
Since walang team sa grade 7, nalaman ko na team ako when I was grade 8. And actually, originally, I asked kung pwede ako magpalipat ng regular. And sinabihan ako na parang, you should try it out first. And I'm glad talaga that I did. Kasi it's, hindi naman sa mas prefer ko sa team, pero since lagi kami lang yung magkakasama, it's been easier to form friendships. And may friends din naman ako sa regular, pero yung mga pinakamalapit ko talagang kaibigan nasa crib. Kasi sila ngayon nakikita ko, nakakasama ko araw-araw. And I've formed a really close bond with them. And if, parang yung mga nagsasabi na, oy, lumipat ka na lang sa regular, babaan mo na yung grades mo. Kasi I know that there are people before in our section na parang binababaan yung grades nila para hindi na sila mag-team, para hindi na sila makasama sa top. And I don't think na tama yun na parang you're making, parang binababa mo yung talino mo or you're making yourself look less smarter than you actually are just because you don't want to be in a certain section. Kasi you've been blessed with the ability to learn at a fast pace. You've been blessed na parang mas matalino ka. And I don't think it's right that you're just gonna throw that away dahil lang ayaw mo kasama yung game section. So, yun. Marami din po akong friends muna sa regular sections. Tapos nakilala ko po sila nung grade 7 pa po, tapos yung iba po sa club. Pero hindi po ako willing na parang isa po sila sa mga reasons kung bakit ayokong magkaroon ng team section. Dahil syempre gusto mo makasama yung mga friends mo. Pero kung tatanungin po ako, hindi po ako magpapatanggal sa team section para lang po makasama sila since yun nga po, mas natututo ako mag-aral sa team. Tapos kahit na gusto ko sila makasama, kung tutuusin, mas maraming opportunities, tas advantages po talaga na nasa team section ka.
For me, oo, meron naman. And nakilala ko sila kapag nasa labas, nag-hangout, gano'n. And if I want to defect from cream, for me, no. Kasi wala, parang I just love the cuteness.
Yes, meron ako mga friends sa regular class. Na-meet ko sila nung grade 7 and nung grade school. Sa tingin ko di naman necessary na kailangan kong mag-defect sa cream para lang makasama yung friends ko. Parang pwede rin naman at the same time part ako ng cream class and makasama ko rin sila.
So yeah, I have a handful of friends from the regular class back in grade 10, and as a matter of fact, I found that some of them, so some again, I'm not generalizing here, were more honest and they also felt like more real people compared to some people that I met in the cream section, and that's a reality. So if yes, how many and how did you meet each other? There are just a handful, like mabibilang sa daliri, so probably around like 10 people, maybe fewer than 10 people. And